the meeting of the Policy and Governance Committee. I will now call attendance. Avery Gaddis, Ojala Naeem.
I'm here, Mr. Chairman. Sorry about that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Councilman Gaddis. Michael Jefferson.
Present, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And Shirley Skyers Thomas.
Present. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. All right. The next item is the approval of our January 18 minutes. And council members, if I reviewed the minutes, and though they included everything that we talked about on that 18th, I think for people who were not there, some paragraphs may not be entirely clear. So what I would like to do is to table that the approval of those minutes, if I may, and go on to the next item for business until we can perhaps take another look at that at the minutes and have a bit more clarity in some paragraphs. So why don't we move to the review of the bylaws? Has everyone had a chance to take a look at the bylaws?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
Are there any additions, changes that we feel we should bring before the council?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I'm just wondering, are we pressed for time on this particular issue with the bylaws?
That's a good question. I don't know if we wanted to make changes, would we have to do that within the this current session, I guess is my question. Because we would make recommendations to the legislators and so is
Chair Shirley, I believe, through you, Chair, pardon me, Councilman
hold
Jefferson.
on a sec.
I believe the review is suggested or recommended for every 3 years. So you still have time. That would be by 2025 legislative session. So you have time to get any recommendations to the full council and then to the legislature.
Okay, excuse the noise in the background, please. If
Through you, a point of order, Mr. Chairman. The
Yes, sir.
legislature has nothing to do with our bylaws. This council is free to change or modify its bylaws whenever it sees fit with the required votes, just so we're clear.
Thank you for that. So, okay, we can do that internally. I see. Well, given that, personally, I didn't see any changes that I felt were necessary to those bylaws. And in terms of additions, I didn't see any, but I hold it open to our members. And if not, then I think if we can revisit this at some time, then I would say there's no reason to vote on this on approval at this current time.
Mr. Chair, through you, I would agree with that. I simply want to do a comparative analysis with other bylaws out there and just see if I'm missing something before I, move to, and I also think that it's important if we put some other eyes on it. So if we want to move it to the council for the council's review, where we get additional eyes on it, I don't have a problem with that. I just don't think if there's no rush, then I don't think it's necessary for us to move this, with our recommendation to the full council. Maybe if we move it to the full council for purposes of perusing the bylaws, that would be fine with me.
All right, I agree with that. The full council should have a review, of the bylaws, and perhaps if they have changes, additions that they wish to make, we can take those into consideration.
Mr. Chair, may I add a point too,
Yeah.
please?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I am in agreement. I don't see that we need to approve today. And I'm wondering, this could be a discussion for another day, but if there were any elements that any of the committee wanted us to add to the bylaws, were there any conversations? I feel like I'm a little bit late to the party with the bylaws, so I'm wondering if I missed any conversations for us to add anything or any particular points of review for the bylaws.
Thank you. I don't think you did. I think this is it's a regulatory matter. It seems to me it comes up every 3 years, and we have some time. I think we need to review it, but also it would be good to have more eyes on this than ours. And so now my question for the committee is: do we need a motion to table approval until we get some input from other council members?
Mr. Chair, through you, maybe if we just simply take make a motion to have this reviewed by the full council so that we can gather their input. And if they have any recommendations, I would suggest they bring it to your attention, and then you can bring it to our attention at our next meeting of
Next
this
policy
committee.
meeting.
Yeah,
Next
and
committee
then
meeting.
we'll have all the input we need, and we can at that point, move forward. That would be my
All right.
suggestion. That would be my motion.
Then can you
Frame
make that
that
a motion? Yes, please.
Yes, I make a motion that we table approval of the bylaws until the full council has an opportunity to review and provide input to the committee for approval at another time.
All right, thank you. So it's been moved. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any more discussion on this? If not, I'll take a vote. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? All right, then so moved, and we will, what we'll do is I'll work with staff to get these bylaws out to the full council for their input, and we will take this up at our next meeting. For the good of the order, are there any other issues we need to take up at this time?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I just had a general inquiry. Do we have a staff attorney hired yet? Do you know?
From our last council meeting, I think the executive director said that we did not have a new as yet. So
through you, Mr. Chairman, do we have an ETA on that position? That is a very mission critical position. And again, I'm sorry if this is not the right platform to discuss this, but I don't see why it's taken such a long time to take care of that situation, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilman Gaddis. I will inquire from Director Clay what the ETA is for that employment, that hiring, and get back to everyone.
Through you, Mr. Chair, and like Council Member Gaddis, I'm not sure if this is the correct venue to raise the issue, but a PowerPoint was sent out by Vera Lemberg regarding this, the regional plan adopted or created by our executive director. I would implore everyone to review that so that we're ready to take some action. Time is of the essence. There's a lot of money that needs to be spent by June 30th. And I would hope that the council members on this call And those who are not have an opportunity to review the PowerPoint and the timeline and all that's included in that PowerPoint so that we're able to move forward expeditiously at the next council meeting, the meeting of the full council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Jefferson. Fully agreed, and we will do so. With that, then, if there are no other issues, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. Then we are in adjournment. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.